our first video we went and showed the basics of the three main chord patterns. I know in a lot of the videos it will go and have your different hand placements and stuff. Right now, just the main importance is to get your fingering, your chords down for your fingering. And then once you get that down, then you can go on from there. So I thought that this second lesson here would be a good video to do and explain the differences and what makes up a banjo. So, I have two banjos here. This one here is my Recording King R20. Right now I have it as an open back. And this is my Recording King RK36, which is as a resonator banjo right now. The main difference between this one and this one over here is the fact that this one is an open back. There's no back on it at all. There's no resonator to it. And this one here does. This resonator here is what projects the sound forward to the audience, whereas this can make it a little less louder without the back on. Now, the main things between these both banjos are you have your strings here, the bridge, tailpiece, and the strings go right onto it and attach right here. And you have your armrest here, this metal band here that runs all around this banjo here. That is the tension hoop. That keeps the head, which is this plastic film here. There are many colored ones. I have a frosted head one here that I don't have on any yet. Let me get this. That's an old worn one. This one was on the 20 built before, but it's a newer one here. And they're just basic plastic things that have a metal band around it. And their tension hoop, which is this thing here, fits right over here and holds us down. So you can see this metal rim here right there. And these things here are your J-hooks. They hold down and provide pressure on the tension hoop, which tightens the head so it's nice and firm. So you can determine the sound and how much response it has by how tight or loose your head is. Then you have your rim, which is this wooden part here that runs all the length of the banjo here. You also have the coordinator rod here, which goes and adjusts your action on your neck. The action is how high the strings are from the bridge, which this has. Both these have really nice low action to them. And this is your neck here of the banjo. The fretboard is right here, is the black ebony style thing here. You got your 5th string tuner. Both my banjos have the Shub 5th string capo on them. Just slide down to however far they go. This part here is a nut. Best nuts are made out of bone, like the two banjos I have right here. This part is the peg head, this top part here. These are your 4 planetary tuners here. And they stick out the back. Some cheaper banjos have guitar tuners. And this is your truss rod cover. Underneath here is a little adjustment piece for there's a truss rod. There's a long metal rod that runs all the length of this whole banjo here. And that is also, if your neck is bowed and has like a dip in the middle of it, you can adjust it that way. Now, like I said, the difference between this one and this one aren't too big, but this one, you can kind of clearly see it as kind of gold looking band here. That's a brass tone hoop. It's about that thick and it runs all the way around here. This one, you can kind of see it clearly here, has a bigger one. It goes around here, but then also you can kind of see the holes here. It runs, so it's about like that thick or so. And it runs around here. And I'll show you the difference between this one. See, this one also has the flange to it. Let me take this off here. You have 4 little screws that hold the resonator on here. This Banjo 2 has a strap. I don't have a strap on the other one. And you can notice that this one has a Presto tailpiece, which is a little bit different because it has a little flap that covers up the strings where they go in. Okay. It's about done unscrewing all these here. Now the flange here is this metal piece here that runs all along here. That's what gives you a little bit of space, and it covers up the holes that would be. And that is the resonator there. Just a simple kind of wood back to it. Got some binding on there. And then it has these metal little attachment screws there that hold these little pegs here. So now the main difference between this one too is you have the metal flange here, and that's pretty thick and heavy there. It runs all the way around the whole banjo here. Also, if you notice this banjo here too, the rim is a lot thicker. This is a 3-ply rim. It's really thick compared to, say, this one. This one has a really thin rim versus this one, which is pretty thick. This one also has dual coordinator rods, so which makes it even easier to adjust your neck. And then you can kind of see, well, not really, a little bit of the tone ring there, but not too much. But that is your basic design of your banjo. Other than that, they're pretty straightforward. You can, the thing about Banjo 2 is you can do a lot of different things to it. You can go and adjust the head of the banjo, like I showed before here. You can change the different heads. This is a Renaissance head. It has a little bit more deeper bass sound to it, whereas like a Frost head like this, more clear and white looking, and it has a bit more brighter tone to it. And that's basically it. I mean, you want a good low action here. The best thing to do is go and bring it to a music store that's close by, and most of them all will be able to adjust your action on your banjo and everything, so it'll be good to go. Yeah, that's all for now. That is the basics of the banjo and how the banjo is put together.